Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well today. I am super pumped to share today's video with you guys because we are going to be talking about everything it takes to run an effective online business today. We are going to talk about how to find customers and clients. We are going to be talking about how to warm them up and getting them ready to buy, and ultimately how to make that sweet money by selling to them. So if any of these things sound interesting, stick around and listen to what we got to say. And in the meantime, if you like this kind of content, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Tick that little bell for future content. And I will see you guys at the end. All right, enjoy. Alrighty, guys, let's get into this. So today, everybody, we are going to talk about what it takes to run an effective online business machine. All the different pieces you guys need to know to find customers and those clients, get them warmed up and ready to buy, and ultimately how to sell and to make a profit. All right, so as you guys can see, I have a couple points that we're going to go over today. The first point being we're going to go over key questions, key business questions. We're going to talk about something called the buyer's journey. And if you follow these steps, guys, and you learn how to do them well, you will find success. These are all steps and things I had to learn on the way to understanding what it took to run a modern business, guys. I had no idea that you needed more than something to sell and somebody to sell it to in the beginning of this process. And after many years of learning all kinds of new things, I want to share you guys some of the most important parts so you guys don't have to learn these things the hard way. So I just wanted to go over an overview of things that we're going to cover today, and here we go. All right, guys, so it is super important to know what you are selling so that you can know who you are selling to. Because if you don't know what you're selling, you definitely are not going to know who you are going to be selling to. So these are some of the very basic questions you guys need to ask yourselves when you're setting up your business. You need to know exactly what you're selling. Are you selling some type of services? Are you selling physical goods? Are you selling knowledge of some kind? And once you know what you're selling, you need to know who you're selling to. So you guys need to know, are you guys selling to older folks? Are you guys selling to younger people? Are you selling to a middle class young person? Are you guys selling to a professional older person? Because those two questions, guys, as you guys will see as we get into this process, will determine a lot of things. So sit down, think about what are you guys selling and who are you selling to? Because those questions, as you guys will see, are going to set the stage for everything else. All right, so the next thing, guys, we're going to talk about is something called a sales funnel, or also known as the buyer's journey. These two concepts, guys, are concepts that in the beginning I had no idea what they were. And later I came to understand them through marketing and marketing terminology and just understanding how to bring people into your business and getting them to buy. And the reason this is super important is because a sales funnel in the online business world, guys, is the process in which you will use steps, very specific steps, to get people to come into your business and then ultimately to buy from you. So we're going to talk about what the heck a sales funnel is and what the buyer's journey is. So let's talk about what this whole sales funnel thing is about. And the sales funnel, guys, or also known as the buyer's journey, is the process by which your potential future clients or customers have to go through in order to buy your products or your goods. And it's super important to understand this if we are going to have an effective online business. So the very first thing someone goes through before they buy anything is something called the awareness phase. And this is the beginning of what they call the sales funnel. And the awareness phase has everything to do about people understanding their problem in front of them and are simply aware that they need help. Because if people don't know that they have a problem or they need something else or they need help, they're probably not going to be looking to buy anything from you or get anything from you. So the very first thing someone goes through in this process is called the awareness phase, or simply being aware that they have a problem and they need help. The second step in this process is called the consideration phase. And the consideration phase has to do with the person that is aware of their problem and they are starting to consider options. They're starting to consider options and solutions in order to solve their problem. The third step in this process is called the decision phase, and that is when they are actively they're aware of their problem, they've considered their options, and they are at the point in which they are now ready to make a decision. They know what they want to do. And then the action phase is the point at which they actually make the purchase. They actually buy from you. So as you guys can see directly under the different phases here, I have a cold to hot thermometer of sorts. And somebody that is cold, or a client or a customer that is cold, is somebody that is not quite ready to buy, and they are in the early phases of these 4 phases, if you will. They are just starting to understand that they have a problem, that they need help, or they might be before the awareness phase, guys. They are just oblivious that they need help. And as they travel down this path of becoming aware, checking out their options, actually being ready to make a decision, and then buying, they progressively become warmer and warmer. So in marketing speak or in business speak, guys, we are talking about a customer or a client going from being very cold to very hot. When a customer is very hot, they are super ready to buy from you in particular. And we want to create a business where you take somebody from being cold to being very hot and ultimately buying from you. This is a basic sales funnel, guys, also known as the buyer's journey. But I really wanted to explain this concept to you guys because I didn't really understand this in the beginning. And once I did, it made a lot of sense how to run my online business and how you can run it as well. So how do you take these concepts and put them into real life? And that is what we are about to do right now. Now, I love this slide, guys, because it gives you a picture of the entire process and then the steps that you need to take to move somebody from being a very cold customer to a very hot customer and ultimately buying from you at the end of the day. And that's our goal, right, guys? So this slide here is basically a blueprint of what a typical online business might do in order to move somebody from being hardly aware that they need a problem to getting them to a point where they're super ready to buy, happy to give you money, and leaving a happy customer. I also love this slide here, guys, because it gives you kind of a bird's eye view of all the pieces of the machine, if you will. Now, a couple caveats here, guys. Every business, every online business especially, is going to have a different business blueprint, if you will. You know, somebody selling flowers in a flower shop is going to have a different process than somebody that is a fitness trainer online giving advice. However, the process, the journey by which a consumer goes through, the buyer's journey, is oftentimes the same. It just looks very different. And the blueprint that I have up here, guys, is one designed specifically for a online centric business. So a brick and mortar store may have a different flow, but I just want to show you what this looks like in an online setting. I also wanted to let you guys know that if you guys would like this slide and some of these other slides, I've included them in a link below. So if you guys want to download them, please just click the link in the description and I will send them to you right away. So this is the basic process here, guys, by which potential customers are going to follow, and it will lead you guys to success. So you're going to want to take a mental note of this business blueprint, because it can be super effective in shaping your own business in the future. And so, guys, for the next few steps in this video today, we are going to talk about what these different phases look like in real life and how you can apply them, guys. So let's talk about lead generation. How to generate traffic, or going back to this here, guys, the awareness phase. Basically, how do you get people to come into your online store, into your physical store? How do you just get people to come to your business website? How do you do it? What is the key? Especially if people don't know who you are, you're not a super popular brand, and people just don't know you yet. These things right here, guys, are super common ways by which companies and online businesses bring in new customers. So as you guys can see, these, oftentimes are things like social media networks, or videos, or podcasts, or blog posts. Basically anything, guys, that people do naturally for fun to spend their time. So as you guys can see, the primary way you guys are going to attract new customers are through front-facing content pieces, guys. So basically, you're going to have to go where people are at online. So where do people hang out? They hang out on YouTube, they hang out on Facebook, they hang out on Instagram. You guys are just going to have to go to where the people are at, and you're going to have to create content specifically designed for your type of customers. So if you're looking for people to buy your makeup, for example, you are going to want to create makeup YouTube videos. You guys are going to have to generate content designed for your ideal customer. And then you're going to design ideal content for your ideal customers, and then you're going to send them to something called a lead magnet. And a lead magnet, guys, is a tool and a word that I had not heard of in the early days of starting my business. But a lead magnet, my friends, let's read it together, is a marketing tool designed to get potential customers' names and emails in exchange for a highly desirable piece of content. Examples of this include things like checklists, templates, and cheat sheets. So, for example, you could create a checklist. Let's say you are a fitness coach, and you could create a checklist or a cheat sheet like top 5 things you can do to lose weight this year. And in order for people to receive your cheat sheet or your checklist, they need to opt in by giving you their name and their email in exchange for the content. So I have a little illustration for you guys here on the right. the call to action, you must, if you want this juicy piece of content, if you want your cheat sheet on how to lose weight, you are going to need to click the download button, for example. And then that will take you to a page where you have to put in your name and your email address. Then you will be taken to a thank you page. And then finally, they will send you the cheat sheet in downloadable form in an email. So those are the basic steps, guys, of what a lead magnet looks like. So you guys are going to need to create some type of juicy piece of content that your ideal customers would be willing to give their name and their email address for. So typically it's a free piece of content. So you guys are going to need to think of some type of highly desirable piece of content specifically designed for your ideal customers. So for example, guys, you could have a face group around, let's say, health and fitness. And inside the health and fitness Facebook group, you could create a checklist of things that people can do to lose weight for the summer. And in order for people to get that checklist, they click on a link and it takes them to a page where they have to put in their name and their address, and then you will send them their checklist. So what's happening, guys, is people will join your Facebook group. They become aware of who you are and what you're doing, and then you're going to take people to the next level by getting them to give you their name and their email address in exchange for some type of highly valuable piece of content. In this example, it's a checklist for a health and fitness group. Now, I am going to go back here, guys, back to our business machine blueprint and talk about where we are in this process. So to find your ideal customers, guys, you guys are going to need to most likely create some way to interact with the public. That can be a YouTube channel, it can be Instagram, it can be a Facebook group, but you're going to need to create some way where people naturally spend time and will naturally find themselves. So once you create these spaces, you are going to create some type of piece of highly desirable piece of content that typically is free, and you're going to ask them to give them, you are basically going to create a list of people built on these lead magnets where people give you their name and their address. That way they will receive more, not only will they get something valuable in exchange, but you now have their name and their address. So this is the beginning of the funnel, guys. This is the beginning of the journey by which people start on the path to buying your products. So you're going to need to go to where the people are at. You're going to need to exchange something in exchange for their name and their email address. And then you are going to need to start to get them ready to buy from you. Now, what do I mean by this, guys? Typically, when people first go into a store or first encounter you and they don't really know who you are and they don't really know that they need help, they are most likely not going to buy anything from you, even if they are even if you know they need your help. So the idea basically is, let's say 100 people come into your store, but only, let's say 20 or 30% of them buy from you right away. And let's say 70-80% don't actually buy from you right away, but they might buy from you in the future. So what's going to happen here, guys, is you are going to need to get their name. You need to get their name, their email address, their basic information, so you can continue your relationship with them as a person selling to them, so that they will buy from you in the future. Now, not everybody's going to buy from you, but there is some percentage of people that did not buy from you the first time they encountered you, but might buy from you in the future, and if you nurture that relationship. And that's where this idea of lead nurturing comes in, guys. So you guys want to start a relationship with them so that down the road, when they know, like, and trust you, they will be ready to buy from you. And the way most online businesses do that today, guys, is through email or through Messenger, where once you get on a company's list, they might start sending you an email or a messenger message at maybe once a week for the next 7 or 8 weeks until they think you know, like them, and trust you. Because at the end of the day, guys, people are much more likely to buy from you if they know, like, and trust you. Because in the beginning, if people don't know you, if people don't like you and they don't trust you, they're probably not going to buy from you. So lead nurturing is super important, guys, because lead nurturing helps get everybody that's not quite ready to buy from you ready. It's going to go back to our little master plan here. Let's go through this again, guys. So you're going to meet people out here in the social media world, in the video world, in the Instagram world. You are going to get them on your list through some type of highly desirable piece of content where people are willing to give you their name and their email. And then you're going to set up an email, a predetermined set of emails in advance. So you're going to already have, let's say, 5, 6, 7 emails ready to go, where people that are on your list will start to receive highly valuable information, let's say once a week for the next 7 or 8 weeks, where they start to get to know you, they start to get to like you, and ultimately start to trust you, and that prepares them to buy from you guys. So for example, let's go back to the health and fitness example. Somebody is in a health and fitness group. They want to get your checklist of things you can do to get ready for the summer. They give you their email and their name and email in exchange for the list. They are now on your list. You are going to, let's say, start a health and fitness series. So over the next few weeks, they start receiving highly valuable pieces of information in the form of trainings on email or Messenger. And by the time, after all those weeks, they feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they think you're great. And that brings us to the decision phase, guys. The decision phase is the closing phase. This is the phase where people know who you are. This is the phase where people like you and they trust you. They're ready to buy. This is where you pitch your offer to them and you say, you know what, guys? I have these great products and I think you should buy from us. And a couple super common ways people do this in today's world. are through something called webinars, master classes, audits, or sales calls. So let's go back to this super quick. So let's go back to our health and fitness example. After the, let's say, 6 or 7 weeks of awesome mini trainings, you invite them to a 45-minute masterclass on how to radically improve their physique for the summer. It is in this masterclass, guys, the fitness trainer will teach them something super valuable for free, and then at the end of the class will actually offer them some type of product or some type of coaching class or some type of thing where they will actually buy something from the coach. So you have the master class. At the end of the master class, you will give them a special offer, for example. And because at this point, they know you, they like you, they trust you. So they are super hot and way more likely to buy from you than they were way back at the beginning. And that's about it, guys. That is the entire process in a nutshell. You basically need to find out a way how to meet people where they're at, get them on your list, nurture them, get them to know you, like you, and trust you, and then have some type of closing event where you prime them one last time, and then you offer them some type of special deal, and they are much more likely to buy from you than they were before when they first met you. Now, I wanted to talk about one more thing here, guys. I wanted to talk about business websites and what their proper role is in this entire process. Now, as some of you guys might know, when I first started, I was a contract web developer, and I worked for a couple different companies and eventually started my own web design business and just was building websites for people as they needed them. Now, in the beginning, I thought the business website was the primary tool for having a business online. I thought it was like 80% of the deal. Now, later on, as you guys can guess, I discovered there's a bunch of other parts beyond just having a website to make this whole thing work. And I realized that a business website is only a piece in the puzzle. However, it is still an important piece and one that should be properly understood. So let's go over some of the reasons that you would want a business website and what its proper role is in this bigger picture. First of all, guys, as you might be able to guess, having a business website gives you instant legitimacy. Most people expect you to have a business website if you are a real business in today's world. People are going to look you up. They're going to research you. They're going to see who you are, what you're about, what you're offering. They might look at prices. And in the process of looking around, if they notice that everybody else has a website and you don't, guess who they're probably going to go with at the end of the day? They're going to go with somebody that they know, somebody that they like, and somebody that looks qualified to solve the problem that they have. So that is one of the most important parts of having a website. Is it's an expected thing that gives you instant legitimacy. Having a website is also great for presenting business information, guys. Websites are great for just telling people who you are, what you're about, what you do, what you sell, how you help them, those type of things. Websites are also great for getting people on your list. So when people go to your website to learn about you, you can offer them some type of juicy piece of content. So if you're if you're a coach of some kind and you're trying to find people to coach, you could offer them some type of awesome checklist of things that they can do to start improving their health right away. And you can get them on your list like that. So websites are great places to get people on your list and start developing a business relationship with them and helping them get to know who you are. Websites are also great for selling all kinds of products. Some people rely heavily on this type of thing. So if you're an e-commerce site, guys, if you're the type of business that sells either digital products or physical products online, obviously having a website is critical for you to make money. So websites are great at that as well. Having a business website can also be great for gathering information on people that already know who you are, so you can retarget them with ads, with Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So basically you can track who comes to your site, and then you can actually target those same people with ads. So it's great for information gathering. You can also use affiliate links, guys, on your website, which could be a great source of kind of passive income, if you will. So you can set up affiliate links with companies or tools or products that you use and that you highly recommend, and that you recommend to your followers or to the people that like you and that know you, and they might actually go to those products through those links, and you can actually make some money with that. That can be a great source of passive income. And perhaps one of the greatest purposes for having a website is you can use it as a tool to educate your ideal customers, guys. So a big part of setting up a well-funded online machine is educating people what their problem is, educating them about what their problem is, how they can solve it, how you can help them solve it. And a website is a great place to have that type of educational content. So you can help guide people down the path of getting to know who you are and ultimately buying from you. So those are some of the main reasons why you would want to have a business website, guys. As I mentioned before, a business website in today's world is not good enough to run an online business. Now, the inverse is also true, guys, where you can have a great sales funnel. You can have a great sales funnel like this and no website, and you would probably be missing a part of being a great business. So just take everything in context here, guys. A website is a tool in a bigger system, and it can be a very important tool oftentimes, but it's not the only tool. The same with all of these pieces here, guys. Having a great lead magnet but without the other pieces, or having a great master class without any of these other pieces, is like having a machine that's missing a critical piece. It's not going to work properly. And really, guys, that's kind of one of the main points I wanted to get across to you guys today, is building an effective online business has a lot to do with understanding the entire process and optimizing each of these pieces so that they serve you better. And I hope today was helpful for you guys in this regard. I hope today gave you guys a 10,000 foot view of what running an online business kind of looks like. In the future, I know we will be doing more in-depth videos on each of these pieces. So don't worry if you're still kind of wondering how this all works and how to actually implement it yourselves. But I just wanted to paint you guys a picture of what a modern online business looks like. And I hope you guys found it useful. Don't forget as well, guys, that you can download some of these slides in the description. There's a link down there. You just click on the link and we'll get them over to you right away. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. All right, bye for now. Hey guys, hope you liked today's video on how to start a modern day online business. I know it was kind of a lot of information, so feel free to go back and watch it a couple different times if you need to. Don't forget those slides in the notes. And if you guys honestly have any more suggestions or any comments that you want to pass my way, I would love to hear them from you guys. And don't forget, guys, if you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like and tick that little bell for a notice when we drop more videos. All right, guys, I'll see you in the future. Take care. Bye.